Hello, I'm Phillip. I will be your bird and sky guide. Today we're going to talk about the energies of attraction. Now these energies that are used, most of us are accustomed to reading about manifesting, the law of attraction and everything, and they tell us to think. Focus on what it is that we want, think about what you want, change your thinking, and you will change your life. Well, that's not entirely true because there are other components needed. Think of being an attractor as the end result of an equation. And that equation begins with, hello, I'm Phillip. I will be your bird and sky guide. Today we're going to talk about the energies of attraction, or intellect and chi, which is the life force. You add these together and the sum total is attraction. When you take your emotions, your intellect, the chi life force that moves through you, you add those together, they are what make you an attractor. They are what attracts similar energies. Not the exact, but similar energy. For instance, the energies of anger include irritation, aggravation, frustration. The energies tied into love, let's use that one, would be joy, excitement, compassion, can be passion. There are a lot of things that can be attached to it, but the idea is that these are similar energies. And similar energies attract similar energies. Now the first thing we're going to look at here is emotions. And the reason why I put emotions on top is because when we enter this world, we are emotional beings. We began as emotional beings. The first things we need, we seek out are security, or safety, food, sustenance, shelter, and what we call love or attachment, a sense of belonging. These are all aspects of the emotion. We feel before we reach out. It's not that we think of something before we feel it. We feel something and then we seek a way to satisfy that feeling or satisfy that urge. So we begin as emotional beings and we progress to being intellectual about it. When we bring in the intellectual component, the mental component, you're bringing in discipline. You are bringing in a method of satisfaction, of satisfying that need. Now, this method, we call it a plan. Before you can do anything, you have to have a plan. What happens when you try and do something when you don't have a plan? Well, let me tell you. A few people that I have worked with have wanted these things, have had desires, they wanted to improve their lives, but they didn't have a plan to do it. So as they attempted to make these improvements, think of them of a bug flying around and they're onto a goal, however they don't know what that goal is, and they smack into an obstacle. They go splat. Now, unless you like going splat all the time, and what happens when you go splat is you become overwhelmed, you don't know what to do, you panic, You get frustrated, you get angry, you get PO'd, you just get depressed. You've got all of these energies that you are attracting because they're all similar. So, to apply your emotions in a fashion that are going to work for you, you need to add an intellectual component. This is your visualization. You see what you want, which is fantastic. See what you want. Work backwards. Okay, I see that I want a better job. Okay, work backwards to develop your plan. In order to get this better job, I'm going to, well, you may need training. You may need a little more experience. You may need a foot in the door. There are a lot of things that you may need. And what you attract are opportunities. You start looking for opportunities. Whenever you are using the law of attraction, or manifesting as they like to say, whenever you want to manifest, and manifest, by the way, is making things clearer. But if you want something, you're not manifesting, you're clarifying your goal, yes. But you become the organizing principle. However, before you can become the organizing principle, you have to understand that you are an attractor. You have to know what's going on with this attraction thing. You've got to know it. Because it simplifies things. Now, you can feel it. You have to feel it. You can feel it. You can visualize it. You can plan it out. All right, I know for a job I need to determine what kind of job I want. I need to make up a resume. I need to determine what kind of skills I've got for it. I need to determine if I've got enough experience. I need to determine if I know someone someplace. I need to determine what company I want to work for. I need to determine if I know of who to look for. There are a lot of things you need to determine. This is the intellectual component. Determining what you need to get to your goal, to attract what you want. Now you've got this in place. You put this in place. Now you've got the chi. And the chi is that life force from the universe that comes through the chakras and out. And as it comes through the chakras and out, you're sending instructions to the universe. Now this is very important. And what makes this so important is how you feel about yourself. Do you deserve what it is that you want, what you desire? Do you deserve it? Are you worthy? Are you worthy of what it is that you want? Do you deserve it? Are you worthy? There are other things that you should know. Well, it's not that you should know, you should believe. You should believe, because if you do not feel that you are worthy, and let's use this worthy part, because it ties in. This is a simplification. Ties in with a lot of things. Are you worthy of a better life? Because you can say, yes, I believe I am worthy of a better life. I can see me living better. I can feel it. I am into it. However, if you feel that you're not worthy, if you have a low self-worth, that starts, as the energy moves through your chakras, your emotions and intellect, they are tied in with these chakras. Your base chakra, your foundation, who you are. If you do not feel worthy, if you have low self-opinion of yourself, that gets caught up in your root chakra. That's the first thing that gets imprinted. And what comes with being unworthy? Well, you may have poor relations with people that are around you. So you've got that. And that's in your second chakra. You've got that damping that energy. And then you get up into your solar plexus, which is your power. However, because you have such a low opinion of yourself and you don't really have good connections with others, you've given away your power because you don't know what to do with it. That gets stamped on there. And then you get up to the heart chakra. Can you forgive yourself of these things? Well, you say, yes, I can do it. Or most people, no, I can't forgive myself of doing something like that. You gotta be able to forgive yourself. But if you have difficulties with that, that gets stamped on there. And then you've got your throat chakra, which is where you express everything. Now, are you whining about not having this, not having that? Oh, my life is so horrible, Are you whining about it? Are you stuffing your everything down by food? Oh, I feel horrible. I'm going to sit down, have a bunch of donuts, or sit down, have a gallon of ice cream, or have a pizza, or whatever, beer, whatever. Because if all of this is happening, this is when you get to the brow chakra, this is your megaphone to the universe, because that's where you are sending the information out of, your megaphone to the universe. And and the universe hears you saying, I deserve a better life. But that's in the fine print, because what comes out really bold is, I feel crappy about myself. That's what's loud. That is what's loud, and that is what hoses all of this stuff up. So, when you ask this, if you find this happening to you, then what you need to do is you need to change how you view yourself. When you want to make changes, don't isolate everything. Well, I need to feel good about myself. So if I write up here, I am perfect, I am beautiful. That's fantastic. But do you live according to those statements? According to those affirmations? I see people who have these affirmations. I am beautiful. And yet, they've made no changes in their life whatsoever. They still feel that they're ugly inside, maybe not outside, but they feel ugly inside. They feel unhappy. They've got this sign up there, I am happy. And yet they feel unhappy with themselves, unhappy with their life. They're not accomplishing anything. And if that sounds like you are not accomplishing anything. You've got the intellectual component. You need the emotional component. And in order to make the emotional component, you have to see things happening for yourself. Believe me, I have been there. I know what it's like to feel horrible, to feel ugly, to feel unwanted. And you know what? None of that changed until I started feeling good about myself. And I didn't start feeling good about myself till I started accomplishing something. And that's what it takes. This was beneficial for you. Again, I am Phillip, your Bird and Sky guide. If you need any kind of assistance, contact me. BRDNSKY.com is where you can find me. Set up a complimentary session, and we will get you on your way to getting what you want and living better.